You're watching Alaska's news source.
We believe it is their desire to continue those attacks, and we expect those attacks to continue. And we're doing everything we can to be prepared for those attacks.
Breaking tonight, the United States has conducted a drone strike against an Islamic State member in Afghanistan, believed to be involved in yesterday's attack against the U.S. in Kabul. General Kenneth McKenzie, commander of U.S. Central Command, acknowledging the expectations that attacks could continue and that the threat of danger most certainly will. Good evening. The U.S. military conducting that drone strike today within what's known as the Nangarhar province of Afghanistan, targeting an individual described as a, quote, ISIS-K planner, a single member of the group reportedly behind yesterday's suicide bombing at the Kabul airport. Little information about today's strike was immediately available, but NBC News reports there are indications that the Islamic State terrorist group target was killed in the strike by American forces today, and that there were no known civilian casualties in this incident. This, according to Captain Bill Urban, a spokesman for U.S. Central Command. As for the attack yesterday, that killed 13 U.S. military members and dozens of Afghan civilians, injuring more than 100 others. New details about that also coming out tonight.
Don't have a lot of additional detail to offer you about the attack yesterday at the Abbey Gate, but I can confirm for you that we do not believe that there was a second explosion at or near the Barron Hotel, that it was one suicide bomber.
The ISIS-K, known as Islamic State Khorasan, claimed responsibility for the attack that involved a suicide bomber who detonated an explosive belt at the airport gate. The Pentagon says it's still planning to end its withdrawal and evacuation mission on August 31st, which is next Tuesday. Thousands of people have been sent to military installations in the United States, where they'll be processed, housed temporarily, and given help. Official counts also have more than 5,000 people, including Americans, still waiting at the Kabul airport, with thousands more scattered throughout the city. In the last day or so, coalition flights evacuated more than 12,000 people. We're also learning more this evening about the Marines killed in yesterday's attack. Take the Tennessee family of 23-year-old Ryan Nouse, his loved ones receiving that devastating news just this morning. His family says he wanted to be a Marine ever since he was a child, and he joined the military shortly after he graduated from high school. He loved to laugh, build things, and help his wife in her garden, and just finished psychological operations training, hoping to serve in Washington, D.C. Here at home and across the country, U.S. flags have been ordered to half-staff to honor him and the 12 other service members who lost their lives in that attack. So far, the remains of dozens of Afghan citizens have also been recovered. Officials are still examining that scene, though, and could discover more. And Alaska Airlines says it will be operating military charter flights to transport evacuees within the United States. In a statement released today, the company says it supports the military and its employees who have served, and the company noted support missions in the past, such as the Berlin Airlift in 1948 and Operation Magic Carpet, which flew thousands of Yemenite Jews to Israel in 1949. There is some good news tonight for a resident who was able to get his immediate family out of Afghanistan. Joseph Brady's father and father's wife, as well as several siblings, made the perilous journey to the Kabul airport Thursday and were able to take flight just hours before the deadly attack there. Now, he says the escape also prevented two of his older sisters from being forcefully married, and while he still has some other relatives stuck in Afghanistan, he's breathing a sigh of relief here in Anchorage, knowing that at least his dad and siblings are out of harm's way.
It's emotional to, I have a sense of relief. It's been a long week. We formulated a plan that they executed to save my family's life, and I think they did an amazing job and did something that is a miracle to me, and I didn't think it was possible.
Brady says the family landed in Germany this morning, where all is well. They'll soon head to the continental U.S., and then, he says, eventually and hopefully to Anchorage. You can also find details about an online fundraiser for the family on our website. That's alaskasnewssource.com.